Today, you will meet the 10 most humble celebrities. We'll take a look at famous individuals who, instead of using their millions to live like royalty, maintain tight budgets and lead modest lifestyles just like anyone else. Let's watch it. It's fascinating. Keanu Reeves. In stark contrast to most Hollywood stars, the star of John Wick is one of the most selfless and humble people, known for always staying out of scandals. Just to illustrate, out of the $114 million he earned for his role in The Matrix, he donated $80 million to children's hospitals as a testament to his unwavering commitment to charitable causes. Moreover, in a true act of humility, he reduced his own salary to ensure that acting legend Al Pacino could join the cast of The Devil's Advocate. Keanu is so down to earth that he's regularly seen traveling like anyone else on the New York subway, even giving up his seat for pregnant women or the elderly, showing he has no need to ride in a luxurious chauffeur-driven Mercedes-Benz. The Constantine star also tends to fly commercial instead of on a private jet, but perhaps most surprisingly, there was an occasion when he was at the airport and covered the excess baggage fees for a couple who couldn't afford it. He doesn't live in a mansion in Beverly Hills, nor does he own an extravagant luxury yacht for summer getaways. His only personal luxury is his collection of motorcycles, which he has undoubtedly earned through hard work and his constant charitable contributions to children's health. Emma Watson. With nearly $100 million earned from a career filled with box office hits, the unforgettable Hermione Granger from the Harry Potter saga could enjoy a life of opulence that would be unattainable for most. But instead of living in a world of excess, she's the type of person who always thinks about the future. Emma is very careful with her wealth, saving every penny to ensure she will never lack anything in the years to come. In fact, her trajectory is a total contrast to many stars who get swept away by extravagance. The star of Beauty and the Beast has opted for a life of simplicity and purpose. One of her core values is education. Rather than squandering millions on parties or designer clothes, she chose to pause her career to focus on her studies. Emma didn't hesitate to pay nearly $100,000 a year to attend the prestigious Brown and Oxford universities, where she graduated in 2013 with a degree in English literature. At the same time, she remains steadfast in her principles of frugality, which include flying on budget airlines like EasyJet, owning only 8 pairs of shoes, and finding joy in reading, a simple hobby that reflects her love of knowledge. Dave Grohl. This rock legend has been part of Nirvana and Foo Fighters, 2 of the most influential bands of all time, and his royalties from over 30 years in the business have made him worth an estimated $320 million, enough to live like a king for the rest of his days. Instead of surrounding himself with the finest luxuries known to man, Dave opted for a relatively modest home and has driven the same car for more than a decade, which is rare in the world of celebrities. In a revealing interview back in 2003, he confessed that he didn't finish high school and has no professional certification outside of his music career, so lacking a formal education has led him to manage his fortune carefully. He also knows he has the responsibility of taking care of his 4 children and ensuring a stable future for them, which makes him constantly fearful of falling back into the poverty he knew before rising to stardom. Beyond his personal frugality when it comes to helping those in need, he becomes one of the most charitable celebrities. His passion for the welfare of others has been demonstrated time and again, as he often assists non-profit organizations by providing food for the homeless, as he did last February when he spent 28 hours cooking a barbecue to feed 1,800 homeless individuals at a shelter in Los Angeles. Moreover, the musician has expressed that his mindset about money stems from his mother, a public school teacher, suffering a stroke while filing her taxes. Thus, he continues to be thrifty to ensure the well-being of his family in the future while expanding his creative horizons with a budding career in documentary filmmaking. Jennifer Garner. Although she has starred in some of the most successful movies and TV shows of the past 20 years, Jennifer remains a humble celebrity with her feet firmly on the ground. Her mother's experiences, having grown up in poverty, deeply influenced her and taught her to be frugal and grateful for everything she has achieved. The star of 13, going on 30, isn't afraid to hunt for bargains, so it's common to see her shopping at stores like Target, where affordable prices help her save a few dollars. She has also instilled these values in her daughters, who during their childhood would sell Girl Scout cookies as part of a community support and educational initiative. In 2018, she took it a step further and founded Once Upon a Farm, an organic baby food company. This initiative arose from listening to many low-income mothers who struggled to find nutritious and affordable options to feed their children. Through this project, she aims to make healthy eating accessible to all families and has reaffirmed her commitment to important causes that go beyond the glamour of Hollywood. Mick Jagger. The lead singer of the Rolling Stones was born in 1943 during a time when England was engulfed in World War II, and rationing of food and other basic goods was a daily reality. In fact, the country's economic situation was so precarious during his childhood that rationing extended until 1954, 9 years after the end of the conflict. Experiencing such hardships in his early years left a strong mark on the musician's mind, as he witnessed firsthand the misery and scars of a country devastated by bombings. Even though more than 70 years have passed, those scenes of destruction remain etched in his memory, shaping his character and outlook on the future. Today, with a fortune exceeding $500 million, Mick Jagger is surprisingly frugal. He's so economical that his ex-wife Marianne Faithfull nicknamed him cheap for his tendency not to spend on things he doesn't consider necessary. While other celebrities indulge in luxurious and excessive lifestyles, he prefers simplicity, opting to repair items like appliances and cars rather than throw them away. And he detests the extravagance of those who spend thousands on yachts, drinks, and jewelry. Thus, the performer of Satisfaction stands in stark contrast to the modern rock star archetype and serves as a figure whose soul remains anchored in the humility of those dark days marked by war. Jennifer Lawrence, the Oscar-winning star of Silver Linings Playbook, and globally recognized as the fierce Katniss Everdeen from the Hunger Games franchise, has amassed a fortune of $160 million, a sum most people can only dream of. However, money hasn't changed who she is at her core. While some celebrities opt for the most extravagant luxuries, Jennifer stays true to her roots. Instead of moving into a massive mansion, she still lives in the same relatively modest home she bought when she first became famous. And she doesn't have a fleet of assistants around her, as she prefers to do her own shopping and drive her Volkswagen EOS, a vehicle that can be found for under $15,000 on the second-hand market. Despite her vast fortune, the star of Mother doesn't squander her wealth. She admits to always looking for deals when she shops and prefers to park her own car rather than pay the $4 valet fee. This frugality stems from the values instilled in her during childhood, and she emphasizes that even as a multimillionaire, she always thinks about the future and the importance of having a savings account. Sarah Jessica Parker, the star who brought the iconic Carrie Bradshaw to life in Sex and the City, could easily afford to buy a pair of expensive Christian Louboutin shoes every week. But the reality is that her $200 million in the bank hasn't changed her outlook on life. While she's immersed in the glamour of fashion, Sarah prioritizes savings over luxury, and she only wears designer clothing when brands donate or lend items for her to wear at events. This choice is the exact opposite of what Carrie would do in the famous series, as the latter would never pass up an opportunity to shop for the latest designs from brands like Chanel and Prada. Sarah extends her savings philosophy to her family, especially her children's wardrobe, which often consists of hand-me-downs from their older cousins, and they receive winter coats only once a year. She even confessed that she has never bought new clothes for her own son. For Sarah, saving seems to be a lesson learned from childhood, marked by poverty. In her home, it was common for the electricity to be shut off for not paying the bills, and they went without gifts at Christmas, due to her parents' dire financial situation. Ultimately, her cautious approach to money reflects those tough times when they weren't sure if they would have a home or 3 meals the next day. Zooey Deschanel. During the 8 successful seasons of New Girl, Zooey earned $125,000 per episode, and considering she appeared in 146 episodes, she accumulated a fortune that undoubtedly made her a millionaire. However, what surprised her fans was the content of the documents leaked during her divorce from Ben Gibbard. Despite her Hollywood star status, the documents revealed that Zooey maintained a remarkably modest lifestyle, with monthly expenses of just $22,500. a figure more in line with that of a middle-class family than a millionaire celebrity. Even with a sizable fortune in the bank, Zooey has demonstrated great financial sense. Instead of splurging, she has kept a healthy savings account and opted to pay her mortgage month by month rather than paying it off in one go, which is unusual for someone of her caliber. At the same time, it was revealed that she generously donates money, allocating over $30,000 annually to various charitable causes. The only significant luxury she has shared with the public is her Tesla Model S, an electric vehicle that reflects her commitment to a sustainable and eco-friendly lifestyle. Kristen Bell. For over 20 years, Kristen has starred in various television series like Veronica Mars and The Good Place, in addition to lending her voice to the global blockbuster Frozen. With an estimated fortune of $60 million, one might think she leads a lifestyle filled with mansions, expensive cars, and the best luxuries imaginable. However, what's surprising is that the charismatic actress revealed she often makes her purchases using discount coupons. Kristen admitted that one of the best gifts she can receive is a coupon for the home goods store Bed Bath & Beyond. And in a funny interview, she joked that sometimes she takes coupons from her neighbors when they aren't using them. Her frugality also shone through during one of the most important moments of her life, her wedding to actor Dax Shepard. Instead of opting for a lavish ceremony at an exclusive resort or a European castle, she organized a simple and intimate wedding that cost just $142. In this way, she shows everyone that even as a multimillionaire celebrity, she maintains a humble lifestyle without excessive luxuries. Shia LaBeouf. This star, whose career began shining in childhood, could be surrounded by unimaginable luxuries. After starring in series like Even Stevens and dominating the box office with the Transformers franchise, he has a fortune of $25 million at his disposal. Any other person might fall into the trap of a life marked by mansions, private jets, and vacations to exotic destinations. But not Shia, as his life is guided not by extravagance, but by a frugal lifestyle that reflects his deep-rooted background. Raised by artist parents living in poverty, he learned from an early age the weight of economic hardships. At just 10 years old, his face appeared on television for the first time, but far from being just a childhood adventure, that moment defined his destiny. Given that his father was a Vietnam War veteran struggling with PTSD and unable to hold a steady job, it fell to very young Shia to bear the burden of being the main breadwinner for his family. This past, characterized by economic uncertainty, taught him to value every cent. As a result, he does not seek luxury today. Instead, he seeks security because he never wants to experience the hardships of poverty he faced in childhood again. Now tell me, do you know of other celebrities who haven't fallen into the clutches of materialism? Leave your thoughts in the comments. Here are two options that you'll surely love.